I don't like this rock.
Oh, sorry, I don't like that rock either.
Robert,
Yeah.
it's pissing me off.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so if you're like me, then you may have seen that clip a few weeks ago and became curious to the lore of this lovely little freak known as Marcus the Worm. In this video, I hope to ease that curiosity and shed a little light on this goober. To start talking about Marcus, we have to talk about where he came from, and that would happen to be VRChat. VRChat is a 2014 social platform like Discord, but in the shell of a video game experience where users wear custom avatars to roleplay with each other. Many popular content creators have made their start on VRChat through either Twitch or YouTube, and the one who pertains to Marcus is popular Twitch streamer Rafflegator, or Robert as we'll come to know him. His streams and YouTube videos containing Marcus have skyrocketed what would have just been another obscure bit into a VRChat legend. So what is Marcus? Well, Marcus is actually not a worm, as his name suggests. He is actually a sardine. Though it's kinda cloudy, he describes himself as a sardine, but other players often call him a worm, especially Robert. His actual character model is called Spindleworm, and was created by Ace J Studios, so that's gotta be worth something. His character is portrayed by Jufa, who is another Twitch streamer, and gulp, a girl. In all seriousness, though, she's a girl boss, and I love her acting. To my knowledge, she utilizes a full motion tracking VR headset and other tools. I don't know, technology confuses me. And she uses text-to-speech for Marcus's voice acting, which initially confused me and made me think he was an AI or an NPC or something. But after the barest amount of research, I can conclude that he's pure human creativity. Marcus is a unique character because of much more than his oddly calming text-to-speech voice, though. It's just the sort of vibe he gives off when one moment he seems helpless, often crying out for help, and then turning around and talking about his various crimes. Between that and his deadpan sense of humor, it's no surprise that he managed to go viral in March of 2023 over on TikTok. That being said, the viral clip of him interrupting Rafflegator's date and flying away into the air.
Listen here, Robert, I know you might be skeptical. This one's a keeper.
You just told me that I should avoid him.
That's a good one.
Okay, but you, so... Do I keep him or do I not? He's not even gonna fucking say anything. He's just gonna walk away. Why is he running?
He has his people to go to, I guess.
Does he fly?
Bye, Marcus.
That clip barely scratches the surface of Marcus's funniest moments iceberg. People have even been inspired by Marcus and Robert's skits so much that a sort of fandom is starting to take hold. People are making fan animations of the pair and creating IRL versions of the skits on TikTok and YouTube alike. The demand for more Marcus had grown to the point where Rafflegator and Jufa released a YouTube channel dedicated to their hilarious in-character interactions. Now all I've done is talk about where Marcus came from and why he's popular without actually explaining Marcus's comedy, character, and his relationship to Rafflegator. So let's jump right into that. The beginning of Marcus's character as we know him was in March of 2023, when Marcus followed Robert to a Just Age Party World, which is a chat roulette style server, or for those who aren't familiar with internet terminology, a certain type of adult club. Marcus and Robert were both in search of a date, but Marcus, being a weirdly gangly worm critter, he didn't have much luck. Marcus and Robert have several smaller interactions on streams afterwards, where Marcus just speaks and moves in such bizarre ways that it's hard to believe that a human is acting as him. At this point, when I saw the video, I wondered something. Does Marcus have lore? And oh boy does he. Let's be clear, I did not fall into the Marcus rabbit hole. I shot through it full throttle. There's backstory, reoccurring characters, the full deal. Let me show you some of the evidence I've collected. So, most of Marcus's backstory is revealed through his character interactions. We know very little about his personal family life, as Marcus's story isn't focused on his present. But what we do know is that he's 42, his father is a fish named Long John Silver, his mother is deceased and of unknown species, and he has a son who is the same species as him. He also lives with a woman of his same species, but it's unsure how they're related. But as I was saying, that's not the meat of Marcus's character. That would be his status as a fugitive. Before meeting Robert, Marcus was incredibly nefarious. He's been in prison multiple times and is a wanted fugitive. His crimes include murder, tax fraud, grand theft auto, home invasion, and property damage. He has ties to both the cartel and mafia, but it's left purposely vague if they even are meant to be reflections of existing criminal organizations. I think it's just for the funsies. After meeting Robert, Marcus continues to be eccentric and criminally insane. From making a poor supermarket shelf stocker clean up his goopy sticky to breaking his buddies out of jail. I should probably explain Marcus and Robert's relationship at this point, considering how central it is to the plot. So basically, past their first few encounters, Marcus shifts from being a nuisance to Robert to becoming his closest friends and favorite lovable scamp. No matter how ridiculous or insane Marcus or Robert's life gets, they stick together through whack-ass adventures surrounding the cartel, mafia, and the miscellaneous characters Marcus interacts with in between.
Marcus, what are you doing here? I told you, Marcus, you can't come into work.
Big Badinky Bones shanked me in the leg at Panera Bread.
Have a go look it up, but your psyche will be destroyed. Whoa.
You would like to crawl into my meat canyon.
Big fat guy with like two-tone hairs there as well. You need to shut that shit down ASAP.
Okay, I'll do it.
Please.
One of the first side characters we learn about in Marcus's story is Frog Guy, or Turtwig. Turtwig's interactions are really funny, with him seeming to be an unwanted ally of Marcus almost every time he's on screen. Marcus just seems to be generally pissed off by Turtwig, even though he's usually pretty helpful, whether it's with shaking down cartel members in a Kmart, or with collecting wasps for Marcus's wasp summoning attack.
Marcus?
I am mildly dissatisfied at this particular moment. 800 wasps go.
What? 800
wasps?
What are you talking about, Marcus?
The studio?
Are you okay?
But do you hear that? There's a lot of wasps.
Holy shit, there's wasps! There's actual wasps! They're coming!
The most important thing he does for Marcus lore, though, is when he helps bring Jimbo James to the stage. The aforementioned Kmart shakedown introduces us to the concept of the character of Jimbo James, who without a doubt is the most prevalent character in Marcus lore. Jimbo James is at the center of many Marcus stories, whether it's him being captured by the cartel or him being broken out of prison. Jimbo is extremely elusive and doesn't speak. According to Marcus, this is because he only speaks Cantonese. Jimbo is pretty solitary, and his stories are usually pretty self-contained and don't usually involve other side characters, except for Wyatt, who is wonderful. Robert and Wyatt had known each other for years in universe, but Marcus had known Wyatt for much longer and under a different moniker. Special Agent Head and Shoulders Classic Clean Dandruff Shampoo is his code name from a set of special missions in Slovenia. It is unclear how Marcus knows Wyatt, and especially how he knows his status as a special agent. Marcus's most memorable moment with Wyatt is the 1976 bathtub soup. It is unclear where or what this incident actually is. Wyatt's past with Marcus is a mystery, but let's look at a character whose past with Marcus we know all about, Donnie G.
He's a good guy, you tell me. I should trust
Remember
him.
the times we've had.
You know Donnie G, the crime kingpin of
The
town?
shrimp.
Donnie G is a local mafia kingpin and thusly an ally of Marcus and Robert. Unlike most other characters in Marcus lore, Donnie G tells us directly about him and Marcus's backstory. It goes like this. Donnie was drinking in a forest in the mountains, and through a series of unfortunate events ended up naked in the cold. Marcus approached him out of nowhere and huddled him for warmth until they were presumably rescued. In present day, Marcus and Donnie are still very close. Donnie's story arc in the VOD starts with Robert getting in trouble with the Mafia, but he was let go after Marcus suddenly approached, which isn't a surprise at this point, and clears his name, that they were friends. Donnie appeared in a few more VODs, displaying a questionably romantic relationship with Marcus. Unfortunately, this relationship ends with a bang when Donnie is whacked, being shot to death in a restaurant with Robert and Marcus present. Weirdly, Donnie G isn't the only fat mafioso that Marcus is in love with.
If I had a nickel for every time I was doomed by a puppet, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, right?
Let's talk about Big Badinky Bones. Big Badinky Bones and Marcus have a complicated relationship. Well, definitely complicated. In the earlier VODs, Badinky is mentioned a lot. Not as much as Jimbo James, but still a lot. As I said before, Badinky is a mafia member, and a very shifty one at that. Marcus speaks highly of him as if Badinky was his friend, and Marcus probably does believe that they are friends despite how abrasive Badinky is to him. In one VOD, Robert runs into Marcus in the hospital and learns of an incident that will be mentioned a lot more in future VODs. Marcus went to the hospital to get a CAT scan after Badinky stabbed him in the leg at a Panera Bread. When Robert meets Badinky, he calls him out to Marcus as being suspicious, but Marcus seems oblivious. And that's about all the lore I have. So with that, my yap sesh is concluded. And before I let you go, though, let me take a moment to thank some people. Hunter Gideani, aka the creator of IRL Marcus the Worm on TikTok, for getting me into Marcus the Worm. Pirate Fairy here on YouTube for compiling all the clips I needed to write this video. And lastly, Jufa, the creator and actor of Marcus the Worm, for creating such a lovely and compelling character. So with that, thank you for watching, and have a good night.